And it's busy season at the Supreme Court as the justices scramble to get out dozens of opinions before they typically rise for summer recess at the end of June. But while the justices are putting pen to paper over at 1 First Street, across the street, the Senate's looking into ethics reform for the High Court. This comes after several headline-grabbing reports reveal Justice Clarence Thomas's close personal and financial relationship with Republican mega donor Harlan Crow. So joining us to discuss the latest with the court, one of the Supreme Court press corps' most dogged reporters, who always has a scoop and also has a new book out. It's called 9 Black Robes. You can get it anywhere you pick up your books, or like me, you can listen to it on Audible while you're running around town. CNN senior legal correspondent Joan Biskupic is here. Joan, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much, Katie. You know, it's great to be with you. And let's tell our audience, we have had to postpone this a couple times just because of all the news around this beat. Usually it's substantive news, and we have had certainly some cases that have been swirling around and reaching the Supreme Court, notably the medication abortion one that got us off track. But now it seems like we're constantly being torn away by these various ethics episodes that have come up. So, but you're exactly right, heading into our busy season where we'll see what the justices are now going to do on really a lot of top cases. And that will interest me for sure.
It's funny you mentioned that we've been busy lately, and that's true. It's often members of the Supreme Court press corps who are following your scoop after scoop report and trying to keep up as you come up with all of this new reporting. So in this book, you have some real inside background information on the justices. You have information about things coming out of conference, which our audience knows we've talked about. Only the 9 are in that room. No one else is allowed in. And you have insight, especially at a time after the Dobbs leak where you would think maybe things would be a little bit more closed up. So how do you do it?
It did get harder. Let me tell you, that leak almost a year ago this week did cause me some trouble because it did make my usual sources clam up a bit. But, you know, I can be patient. I am a very patient person, Katie, and I will go back and try to reconstruct what happened. And one of the advantages of doing a book is that there's a little bit of space for justices, you know, tempers to cool a bit, and for me to kind of go back and go back and go back and try to get as full a story as possible, which is what I'd love to do. The daily business of the kinds of things that you and I have to respond to for our day job are satisfying enough. But what really intrigues me is trying to find out what actually happened inside that conference room that, as you just told your audience, only the 9 justices are allowed into. But fortunately, when they come out over time, they do talk about it.
You are able to get some of that information out to the public, and they're able to learn a little bit more about that process because of your reporting. I suspect it's more than patience, though. I suspect there's a lot of just old school shoe leather reporting. And I remember in 2021, you were able to, while we were all trying to figure out will he or won't he with Justice Breyer, you were able to get an exclusive interview with him saying, you know, I haven't made up my mind yet over the summer. Is that just pure shoe leather reporting going up to New Hampshire and figuring it out?
Katie, you're great for even remember that, because I vividly remember making the call to just go up there, go up to rural New Hampshire in July of 2021 and try to get Justice Breyer to talk to me, which he did. We had a nice conversation in a little cafe close to his cottage where he did tell me many things that have been certainly helpful. But the key one at that moment was what he was thinking about retirement and what would urge him to stay, as he did for a few months, and then to eventually go. And I remember, Katie, when I was driving back to the airport and I called one of my bosses and said, look, I'm going to be taking a plane back. It'll be late at night, but I think I should write this up and be ready for us to put it up on the air early in the morning. And I did feel this sense of shoe leather reporting, which is how I came up in the business. And I know you did too. You know, we try to find things, we look up documents, we talk to justices, we talk to as many people who can fill in blanks for us. And I did appreciate that moment and what I was able to learn firsthand from the justice.
And what we were able to learn because of your work there. I also can't let you go without asking about this latest report on Justice Thomas. We just learned from the Washington Post that there was some money that went from a group affiliated with Leonard Leo directly to Ginny Thomas. But this is the first time where we've seen some direct evidence of reporting to conceal or reframe how that money is transferred. In the past, Justice Thomas has pushed back on the relationship with Harlan Crow and said, you know, I didn't think that I needed to disclose that information. But this is really the first time by my read that we're seeing a little bit of hedging when it comes to how this financial transfer is closed. What's your read on this?
Okay, yeah, I have a couple things, and I think that the kinds of reporting that have been done by other news organizations where they focused on the off-bench behavior of the justices has been really helpful to, you know, illuminate what goes on in this very moneyed world that some of them are connected to. And what I think is that, first of all, the money that's been reported here went to Ginny Thomas, and the way the financial disclosures work now, Katie, as you know, is that the justices don't have to disclose money that their spouses are getting in terms of individual amounts and who it exactly came from in terms of consulting fees. And then Leonard Leo, you know, Leonard Leo gave a statement to the Washington Post that I've been reading on air whenever I talk about this story, where he said, look, none of the money that went to Ginny was directly related to the court. And the reason we wanted to keep it secret is that we wanted to fight the kind of gossip, malicious world that goes after the Thomases. But I would say just pull back for a minute and think of who Leonard Leo is. Leonard Leo is truly, number one, as he says, a very good friend of the Thomases. They go way back to 1990 when Justice Thomas was on the D.C. Circuit and Leonard Leo happened to be a D.C. Circuit law clerk to a different judge. And they've had a very deep, real friendship. But Leonard Leo is also a person who has single-handedly, actually, I shouldn't say single-handedly, but single-handedly for someone outside of the White House and Congress, helped reshape the federal bench.
We have talked about that on our show. He has absolutely dramatically changed not only the court, the high court, but the lower courts as well. Joan, I hate to let you go. I could ask you 10 more minutes worth of questions, but the book is called 9 Black Robes. You can get it on Amazon, your local bookstore, or you can get it on Audible. Joan, thanks so much for joining us.
A pleasure, Katie. Thank you.